This is May I Take Your Order? Now, this is going to be very interesting. Now, it's not just about the dates. Sometimes it's about the people serving you. Sometimes you can't unsee things. So let's go ahead and jump into this, shall we? All right, application for employment. All right, I've been filling out a few applications today, and this is the last one. I've been applying to work at restaurants all over. It might not seem glamorous, but I want to see how different places are run. If I want to open my own restaurant someday, it's crucial to see what does and doesn't work. A friend told me I should save my top pick for last, and I should really kick him for that. My hand's about to fall off. It's pretty ritzy establishment, comfortable, fancy, but no overpriced, and important clientele, but still kind and inclusive. If you can't make connections here, you're dead. Financially speaking. Yes, financially speaking. And the food, remarkable. I've never heard of anyone ever having a bad meal there. I gotta know how they accomplish so much. So I try not to be nervous. Fill this out like it's any other application. My first name is Doki Spoop. There we go. Doki Spoop. We got it. There we go, Doki Spoop. I fill in my address and try not to despair over my handwriting before getting to the personal section. Gender is. Oh, that's so wonderful. Oh, that's awesome. You even got a place for MBs. That's great. It was male, but that's amazing. I love that. And I finished filling out the form. I capped the pen and leaned back in my chair. Man, it's nice to be done. That is a great feeling. Well, except for heading outside and turning them all in. One at a time. Better get to it. 2 weeks later, I'm waist deep in my first Saturday shift at the restaurant. Busy doesn't even begin to describe it. After 7 hours of a weekend rush, I'm ready to go home. I stop off at table 6 and go through the motions. Oh, look at that. Oh God, I have the mustache. Oh my God, no. Oh no. Oh, that mustache. Okay, well, let's do this. Thank you for dining with us. Sir, my name is Doki Spoop, and I'll be your server this evening. He smiles at me. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Doki Spoop. Oh, okay, that's the server with the mustache. Okay, cool. Have you dined with us before, sir? Yes, indeed. I'm quite happy to be back. Just you this evening, sir? No, my girlfriend will be here shortly. Oh, okay, never mind. That is me. That's my mustache. Oh, God. Okay, here we go. I'll just have a cup of coffee while I wait for her. I'll go get that for you right away. No rush. All right, let's go get this coffee. Countless families and couples have come and gone today, but for the past hour, that one guy's been clogging up table 6. You doing all right, sir? He checks his watch again. Yes, I mistook the time. She'll be here any second. Stood up guy. He's been saying that for the past 45 minutes. I tell him to pack it up and leave, but he doesn't have the look I'd expect of someone in his position. There's anxiety, but only for a little bit. And there's no disappointment. Not a shred of doubt in his eyes. He really thinks... Excuse me. He looks up at me. It seems he's come to some sort of decision. Thank goodness. But this is a restaurant with crayons, correct? Oh God, he's not getting it. Oh, that's not good. Yes, sir. We have those for kids. Excellent! A sting of ferocity enters his eyes. One that doesn't quite pair naturally with crayons. One, please, and red, if you got it. Yeah, sure. I'm not about to argue with a customer, so I head to the front. Not exactly usual, but the guy has been sitting here for half an hour with no phone. I'm caught between pity and irritation and hope for the umpteenth time that he has enough empathy to tip well on a single cup of coffee he's been nursing. Oh, that's the worst. There's a small tin with several crayons. We try to keep fresh ones ready. Let's grab a red one. I snatch up a red crayon, no sense being mean to him. He may be weird, but he's probably having a bad night too. That's right, be nice. I bring the crayon back to him and hand it over. Thank you, Mr. Doki Spoop. It's no big deal. Hey, you okay? I saw you don't have a cell phone, but we could call your girlfriend and... Okay. There's no need to take this so seriously, buddy. It's okay. No warning, no nothing. He knocks everything off the table and climbs right on. Oh, God. What? Sir? Please get down. His deft hand scrawls a wide circle, then another, then sections off areas, slicing as though the crayon were a knife. Sir, I'm pretty sure that's a summoning circle. Are you a cultist? Oh, thank God. It's not my mustache. Okay, I'm good now. Okay, but back to the matter at hand. Okay, what's going on? What we doing? He fills it with symbols. They look almost like zodiac signs. It's like I stood up too fast. There's a rushing to my head. There's a pressure like my ears are going. Is no one else reacting to this? Is it just me? Is this normal? I don't see anyone else reacting. Okay. Going to pop. Okay. Oh, God. The tablecloth rips, and there's a spray of sweet-smelling fluid. I leap away from the table as something bursts out. Oh, you're beautiful. Hi. Wet, spiked appendages are all flailing all over, slapping and snaking their way over the windows and doors. They're fleshy, but soft, too soft, and they mush and disfigure as they slam everything in sight. One smacks the head off another diner, who continues to eat her meal, unfazed. Okay, so no one is reacting. Oh God, what job did I just take? Nobody is screaming, and nobody notices me on the ground, arms raised to protect my face and throat too tight to scream again. But that's okay. The thing is screaming enough for the entire restaurant. Great. It's letting out a dual-toned screech. High, low. But I can't discern one throat, let alone two. Crayon thrown to the floor. The sit-up guy and worst diner ever starts to call out at it. Sweetie! For goodness sake, put your body on. We're in a nice restaurant. It screeches and roars back at him. I know, but it waves a bundle of cloth at it. I brought you some clothing, and it's super comfy. It slurps up the bundle of fabric, and the creature bubbles and draws back in on itself, twisting until... Oh, hi. You're gorgeous. You have so many eyes. I see you. I emerge! You're here. You had me worried, so I figured I'd help break the barrier down a bit. Teleporia, you have no idea how good it is to see you. When he says that word, my ears finally pop and my teeth grit. It's a bad word. It's not a curse word, per se. Not so much a word you wouldn't say in front of your boss. Feels like the wrong answer in a classroom or meeting. That moment when everyone turns and looks at you, and you just want to sink through the floor. I just want to sink through the floor. I just want to very quietly go get my coat and change my name and move to whatever town is on the exact opposite point on the globe from where I'm currently standing. You informed me that the barrier was to be frail in this portion of your world. I will hold you responsible for the trouble. He's beaming at the thing that came out of the hole, but I can't look at it. It hurts to roll my eyeballs towards it, like I'm dehydrated. When I close my eyes, the dark behind my eyes is so cool, so soft. Huh? There are tears running down my cheeks. Yeah, this is what's called being terrified. That's what that is. I hadn't noticed. The guy, Hendrik. Oh, that's his name. Beams and gestures toward the gaggle of eyes in puffy wool. This is my girlfriend, Teleporia. Impudent microbe. I may choose to craft myself the form of a creator, a birthing one, but I am capable of far greater creations than your prepubescent females. And far more erroneously, your inflated egos thinks I would deign to refer to you as any form of companion. Her words wash over him like a gentle breeze. It looks like she could rip his face off. Yep. But her roars just make his eyes brim with joy. We've been dating for about 400 years. 400, you say? And though the long distance thing is an easy bit of an annoyance, we make it work. Are you a warlock? Oh, God. The moment I finally devise an effective method of accomplishing your demise, I will rip your soul from your ever regenerating body and chew it to a gruel. He sits down at the all but destroyed table and picks up his menu. But until that beautiful day, when I can be with you forever, you're going to need to eat something else. Teleporia stops. She looks at me, and I bounce between eyes. Oh, there's so many. Trying to make contact with one that doesn't stare down into my deepest inadequacies. There is human fuel here. Nah, might as well be full. I'm a fool. I shouldn't have taken this job. I shouldn't have. I nod. Her mouth breaks open into a smile? Excellent! You were spared from punishment. Hendrik, if only for the moment. She sits down, but not on a chair. Dozens of her tentacles are still present throughout the entire room, spikes driven deep into the surface, blocking all exits. I'm gonna die here, and there's no escape. She settles into one of the squishy appendages, looking pleased. So, then maybe we should order an appetizer. It's not that I can't believe that this is happening. I have an open mind. But as far as sudden supernatural shifts in my life, I was really hoping for wizard school. Or just plain old haunting. Some ghosts are pretty cool, right? At least with a zombie or something, I know the rules here. Yeah. Dab it in the brain. What are the rules with this thing? Do I throw rice on the ground to stall her? Will she attack me with her iron? I listen to my gut, but I can't make out anything but general foreboding. Demon? You summon demons, so that fits. But I don't know, something doesn't seem quite right about that. Maybe she's excuse me. Oh! I can barely think, but I at least fall back on one set of rules. I struggle to stutter out the rote reply. Would you like to start off with a super salad tonight. The man grins and gives me an eager nod. Can I please get blue cheese salad? And for my sweetie, the Talaporia rolls her eyes and her teeth flash as she cuts in. Hendrik, I've been on enough of these sham dates to know that ordering for your companion is rude. His face falls. It's been ages since you've eaten food. You're chewing on the fork right now. She gives him a glare and slowly places the slightly bent cutlery back down on the table. Fine. Well, before she can say another word, she makes her move. Oh, God. Why? I don't want your advice, though. I want the young human to choose for me. No choices. No. Oh, no. He sighs, annoyed. When he checks himself before looking at me, I know he knows that she's putting me on the spot. I can appreciate that he's trying to look out for me. I mean, I appreciate more if he could have not summoned some kind of alter thing during an already busy Saturday shift. Or at all. I use my throat enough to squeak out, let's go with lamb chili. That sounds great. This doesn't seem to mean much of anything to her. Great. And what would you like for your entree? She slams a fist down on the table. My stomach lurches. First, bring me the matter. This physical form requires fuel to sustain itself. I turn on my heel and fly out of there. Excuse to leave. If there's any kind of extra dimensional beings looking down on me right now, I would like to take this opportunity to thank them. I rush into the kitchen. Oh, God. Back in the kitchen, everyone's still bustling about, other servers calling in their orders. The ambitious cooks are working. The slightly less ambitious cooks are cracking jokes with each other. They're as oblivious as the customer out front. I can see my manager discussing some menu changes with the head chef. Hey, does anyone else see what's going on out there? But no one turns to look at me. Hey, I'm serious. What the hell is going on? Are they ignoring me? Do you expect me to come back here, bring in this order like nothing's wrong? I take a sarcastic tone. Yeah, we got a blue cheese and a chili for table 6, just another usual night, right? Without warning, the order is put down on the counter next to me. Holy crap, that's the fastest I've ever seen that happen. That never happens in restaurants. But other than that, there's no hint of a glance. No guilty looks. Hey! Nobody even flinches. Fine. Looks like I'm on my own. Did I tell you how lovely your eyes are this evening? All of them. From your ever-effusive sewer pipe of compliments springs something worthwhile. I made most of this myself, with the eye in the center of my head with my reference object. I couldn't even tell the difference. Okay. Couldn't even tell the difference. Your anatomy has gotten so much better since the last decade. It is easier when I have a fresh supply of study materials. So I suppose I can remain here long enough to consume some matter. Let no sentiment being claimed that I do not repay my debts. Well, that's just one of the perks of the job. Teachers can bring home knowledge. Cooks can bring home food. And surgeons can bring spare body parts back to their girlfriends. Also, you're a surgeon. Oh, wonderful. Glad to know you're doing your job. I can say with relative certainty that this isn't how it works. If I ever find out this man's last name, I'm never going to his hospital. Nope. Not gonna happen. Please be careful. It's very hot. Remember, sweetie, that too much heat can injure... Silence, meat garden! I know what you do with volatile heat sources. She flings the scalding liquid across the table and hits Hendrik square in the chest. He rushes out to the bathroom, face red from pain. We don't serve our soups at heat that could permanent damage, but that still has to hurt. No scalding hot soup. That's good. Should know better. She closes most of her eyes and inhales, a deep breath, satisfied. When she speaks again, her rough voice has a tranquil tone. Clean it up, human. This is an establishment with standards, is it not? Well, it was. I mutter. The elegant charm might be a bit altered by the sudden presence of giant tentacles. She snuggles down in her seat. This is a gift for your owners. This is a sliver of my true form. Well, it's lovely. Sorry you didn't like the chili. Apologies unnecessary. Human, I love that immensely. Oh, okay. She sniffs the air, and it smells nice as well. She dabs a little of the meat on her neck. She dabs a little of the meat on her neck. On her neck. This body has concentrated blood flow around the throat and wrists. These pulse points heat and disperse stray molecules of matter. Long humans perceive them with their noses. She seems quite pleased with this luxury. Oh boy. She wraps the scarf around herself. Now that I think about it, the clothing Hendrik brought for her is all very heavy. A maxi skirt, a thick sweater, and a blanket scarf. The way you're clutching that scarf, are you... You may not have my scarf. It retains my heat. I will continue to generate and retain heat, and it will belong to me, not you. Take a step back. No, it's all your heat. Fair and square? She growls. Happily. Yes, all mine. Hendrik will be procuring more matter this evening, which will continue to power this form. Physical exertion is a luxury. The caloric energy necessary to move but a digit. She lifts one of her claws. It's precious. I've gone for thousands of years lying in wait for foolish summoners to tear open rifts and let in the good heat from your world. Talaporia leans down on the table. The edges of the scarf trail into her chili. Or at least what's left of it. Is it selfish to be happy that she's disarmed now? I look at the still present tentacles and recalculate that statement. She at least cannot harm me with soup. And that's something. So human, how do you enjoy generating your own heat? Clothes. Yeah. It's good. Rather just turn on the heater though. It's not great, really. Have you ever gotten sweaty? I like it. Physical activity is fun. Yes, physical activity is fun. I too enjoy hunting. Actual consumption of matter at times comes second to the thrill of pursuing a terrified creature. I was more thinking about exercise, you know, to keep in shape. She stops. Do you waste your fuel on extra heat? No. It isn't a waste. It's fun. She hisses through her jagged teeth. The human enjoys this, does he? Yes. It's nice to be able to move, isn't it? She taps her knife against her glass. Well, I suppose. Okay, I think I've avoided dying so far. And Hendrik returns. Getting along well as might be expected. Still, thank you for keeping her company. We'll eat her appetizers, and I'm finished with mine. He laughs. Of course, how could I forget? You know, she put it on her neck. So then, would you like to move on to the main course now? Next part of the meal. Ah, yes, with the larger portions. Hendrix points to our menu. So what were you thinking about? I always like steak, but I admit that I was kind of thinking about slurping on the... Hey! Human Doki Spoop. I forgot what my name was. I snapped to attention. Yes, ma'am? Choose. Do it properly and wisely, or else I'll need to consume something else for my main course. Oh God, it's me, isn't it? I don't like the way you're looking at me. She's staring me right in the eyes. Her gaze lingers on my mouth. She stares at my teeth and licks her lips. Could she eat my teeth? I hadn't really considered that. Oh no. Well, I think you would enjoy. She likes to hunt. Not squid. Not squid. Tentacles. Let's go as lobsters. Yeah. She enjoys the hunt, right? Not squid. Not squid. Hendrik gives a bit of a nod. That's my order too. It's been a while, but this is a special night. What? At what point did humans discover the joy consuming live creatures? Oh, that's a terrifying smile. No, don't look at me like that. I don't want you to like me. Wait, doesn't think I'll serve it to her while it's still... No, sweetie, I'm afraid that most of us are still a touch prudish about that sort of thing. But hey, they have a tank here, so the lobster is fresh. Feh. Nothing as fresh as squeezing the life from a creature with your jaws. Feeling and writhe and struggle in a fruitless attempt to stave off the icy curtain of death. She's looking at my throat. Can you not look at my throat? 2 lobster dinners coming right up. Well, you know what they say when you order the lobster, right? They eat the lobster and not you. I rush as quickly as I can. I try to convince the chef to let me serve 1 lobster live. I feel downright ghoulish, but between me and a crustacean, I'm going to defend myself every time. Yep, we're on the same page. Yep. Her reaction is the same as the last time. She prepares the dish as usual, hands them off to me, never making eye contact or reacting to anything I say. What is this? She lifts up the extra utensil. It's the lobster cracker. You use that to crack open the shell. This is a fair idea, but it's such a waste. Doki Spoop. To use this on a deceased creature. Well, if food is dead, isn't it easier to consume? She waves a claw at me. Not if you have to crack it open anyways. Hendrik is already digging the meat out of his. I like it. It's soothing to have a little tactile activity as part of your meal. Taliporia's claws slip on the lobster cracker. Meat shield? How are you employing your tool? Well, you put either end of the metal bit over. Raise it up. Demonstrate. She holds the lobster cracker and one leg up, leaning forward so they're close enough for her to get a good look. She holds hers up, pantomiming his actions, then promptly grabbing one of his hands, wrapping the cracker around his pointer finger and gripping it tightly. Oh my God, why? His finger juts out an odd angle and drips into the torn tablecloth. She cackles and throws the metal tool at his head. Fool, I can easily employ such a simple item. Leaning away from his injured hand, the other on his face. Right you are. You got me. He sure does look embarrassed. It's really hard to tell through the pain. Why are you dating this creature? Why have you done this to me tonight? I mean, there's an expression of pain on his face, right? I guess she got him. He breathes heavily, trying to get himself under control. As though to prove a point, he goes right back to eating dinner. So it's nothing wrong. So before I go, is everything to your liking? Is the food, powering your true form enough? Silly Doki Spoop. When in my true form, I do not consume human fuel. This human template, what did you call it? Hendrik's caught mid-bite and covers his mouth to respond. Human sona. My human sauna, it consumes calories, inhales oxygen, excretes feces. All the same as yourself, I assume. I never expected a restaurant patron to ask if I breathe and poop. Here we are. But my true form requires something much more deeply sustaining. She stares me down. No. Oh, no. I wanted to. This was a good evening. No. She looks at my teeth again. Oh, no. She looks me in the eye. She holds that eye contact and waits. I try not to squirm, but my moxie is inadequate for the situation. She waits and then laughs. I can breathe again. Delicious. A light dusting of fear. Nothing too overwhelming. That doesn't strike her as much fear. Please let me never ever learn what that does. So you eat fear then? It falls under my purview. Suffering. Sweetie's true form eats concepts, and she builds her human sonas to have quite the taste for them, too. Any form of important emotion can sustain her, but she's picky. I am not. Suffering is the only thing worth eating. Eating anything else would be beneath me. It's okay. Eat whatever you eat. I love you just the way you are. Oh, so lovely. And I would like you much better with several more stab wounds to the head. Anytime, sweetie. Though I managed to sneak away for the next 15 minutes, I know that I'll eventually have to return. I tried to strike up a conversation with the line cooks again. So how do you guys feel about the recent tentacle invasion? Of course, nobody responds. Yeah, it's hard to put into words, huh? No response. Dishes click. I guess the spooky atmosphere has a certain charm, but I don't think it'll catch on with the baby boomers. Conventional women's wisdom says that they like elegance or rustic charm. And Midwestern moms are not into dripping fluids. I mean, as a general group. I don't want to assume individual tastes. This gets boring quickly, so after the appropriate waiting period, I head back over. So thank you for dining with us tonight. I did it. Made it through the evening. I'm tempted not to give them a check, to just rush them right out the door. But I refuse to slip up now. It's been a delight getting to know both of you. How kind of you. You know, I was planning on heading out, but you know what? I couldn't care less if I attempted, and I am very powerful. I am capable of caring far less than most humans could in their most apathetic dreams. Let's do dessert. Oh God, no. Why, no. Hendrik, why? No. No, Hendrik, no. No. Tataliporia's cruel one. I know how this goes. Let's make a recommendation. Oh, wait. These things are you allergic to chocolate? Please. God, no. Do you feel like drinking? I sure do. After dinner brandy. Fuck it. Caution to the wind. Bananas Foster Flambe. Is my professionalism slipping? Must be. What are we, impregnating? Sweetie, it's a figure of speech. I don't have enough function this time around. Sweetie, I think he's just tired. I think if we want this to be a truly satisfying night for our esteemed void goddess, then she's going to enjoy this dessert. Or at least how we cook it. What is this blathering about? But I can tell I got her hooked. We cook it tableside with a huge flame. And there it is. I'm not so sure about this. No, she likes fire, she likes warmth, and she likes the torturing. I got this. I got this. Looks like he's picked up on the pattern, too. Oh, I insist. I don't even need to write this one down. One flaming dessert for table 6. I scramble about the kitchen, grabbing everything I need. Am I cleared to do this? Hell no. 2 weeks is not long enough to have permission to set things on fire next to the diners. But tonight's special, isn't it? I wheel the cart over. Feeling a mite chatty, I take my time prepping to light it on fire. So congrats on getting out of, what did you call it? The cold place. The void. Void. God. What is it like in there? Dark, cold, mostly barren. Locked up for something approaching an eternity with nothing but your own thoughts. Unless one can become creative. I do my best to make creatures fill it, but it's a vast expanse. Literally endlessly big, but with nothing in it. Yeah, I caught part of your conversation before. You made your body, right? Indeed. When rifts become open, I am able to see not only heat, but stray matter. I model the majority of my creations after your carbon-based life forms. But modifications must be made. I'll bet. The void doesn't have heat or any of its own matter. You need to make creatures that don't eat or breathe, right? Get human. I model most of them after myself. And you eat concepts. Yes. After billions and billions of years, I have evolved over 1 million species of void creature. Nearly all of them feed, as I do, on the concept of suffering. So it's an endless barren place with no light, no heat, and where the only things that exist just go around preying on each other's suffering all the time. Yes. Is it not marvelous? And someday, human, Doki Spook, there'll be a rift large enough that is not tiny scraps and stray humans which fall through, but your entire plane of existence. Oh God, no. You will enjoy it. I will not. Wouldn't I hate it? I got distracted there for a bit, but I grabbed the rum. Can't caramelize it right without a pretty flame. I mean, I don't enjoy suffering. You'd be surprised what humans can get used to. I used the wrong English word. A closer translation might be resignation. You would become resigned to an existence saturated with pain. Enjoy isn't the correct term, unless you're a disgusting cluster of miswired brain signals. Love you too, sweetie. Ugh. I know what you're doing, Hendrik. You think if you can keep delaying me with fancy dinners, stolen body parts, gentle words, and rough sex. Okay, cool. Could we not talk about your sex life in public, thank you? She places a hand on his arm. That you can stop me. You're as always disgusting. What an appealing opponent. Look out! And I light it up. The light shines in her eyes, and I can feel the heat coming off of it. I should probably keep a close eye on it to make sure it's cooking properly. But looking over at Hendrik and Teleporia, they're holding hands. So simply and happily, she's gripping his hand tightly from joy. And then she jerks him across the table. Straight into the flaming cart. Now that burn? That's one that could cause permanent damage. Though he may be lucky that's the worst thing to happen to him tonight. He executes a perfect stop, drop, and roll. Soon the flames are out. Oh my God. I am so sorry. I probably shouldn't have done this. Yeesh. That's far from unscathed. Human! This was a fantastic dinner. Bring us the statement so that we may repay you for your noble worshipping gifts. I salute. And wheel what remains of the unturned cart away. Long before I return with the bill in hand. He takes the check. Seems to do a bit of calculation in his head. Then lays down some cash. I can't stop staring at your face. Or your eyes. Well, this evening wasn't a complete waste of time and effort. Organ ravioli. Hendrik looks up at her. You may have one short, friendly embrace. He jumps to his feet, arms wide open to hug her, and one of her tentacles slams into him, throwing his body across the room. It slams into the wall and ragdolls to the ground. Hug transaction complete. Oh no, did you just kill him? She heaves a sigh. Would I were so lucky. No, human. I merely rendered him unconscious. That's good. Via severe cranial hemorrhaging. That's bad! He will sleep it off. I've ripped off his limb before. He can take it. She looks almost fond. She gets up, walks over to him, and grabs him by the foot. I suppose it's time to return him to his residence. She perks up. Or I can abandon his body in a trash unit. Perhaps nobody will find him and he'll be placed inside a trash compactor. As she drags him away, I ask, Miss Teleporia? She turns quizzical. Human, I am departing. You've made it through this evening unscathed. You have little to do, no ability to comprehend how fortunate that makes you. But I suggest you make an attempt. Clear my throat. I think I'm trapped. I gesture around at the restaurant. Oh, yes. I've forgotten. Your world usually has even more light, does it not? She shrugs. Well, I had no hand in this. And with that, she waves aside a tentacle and marches through the front door. What do you mean this wasn't you? Hendrik's head thuds against the ground as she walks down the staircase and out of sight. When I hear the front door close. Oh, hey! The server bumps me in the shoulder and stepping past. They give me a dirty look and keep heading their way. Just like that, I'm back. I get moving, clearing the table, scooping up the check. I check the tip. 40%? Whoa! Might not cover emotional distress, but it'll cap off the shift really well. This was quite the experience. But for my own safety, I think I'm going to skip the 2 weeks notice. I came here to learn something new. And I say that goal was more than accomplished. I'm alive! I'm alive! Ending 4. A hug goodbye. There's multiple endings to this. All right, everyone. That was May I Take Your Order. Now, if you like what you saw, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. And I've linked this game below in the description below. So go ahead and show this developer some love. This was a very horrifying experience. But yeah, I will see you on the next video. Until then, happy Valentine's Day, and bye-bye.